She barely fit, but we got her in. All right, step one, I gotta get some of this shrink wrap rolled up. I'm gonna try and put it maybe up in front of the arch. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't, we'll see. Got the shrink wrap rolled up. Didn't damage it too badly. It was definitely repairable for when I go back outside. So I just consulted with the professionals here. First thing I'm going to do, kind of help them get ahead of this job, I'm going to pull off all this rub rail, and that's going to allow them to get started on this job. Here's the damage that he's going to fix. I don't know what we're going to do about the C-deck. I don't know who made this. It's probably not real C-deck. In fact, I know it's not real C-deck. But we'll take this off. They'll do the best they can, given the C-deck situation, and then that's it. We'll move on to the next one, which is up here where the big ape sign was. Where they're going to glass from the backside and countersink all these holes. That's backwards. Where they're going to countersink these holes, glass it from the backside, then fill with a mixture of chop strand or like micro balloons, fair it out, and then gel. Or he might just tape it from the backside. I guess we'll see once we get in there what it looks like. Alright, so what you have here on these C-rays, you've got like a nice trim piece here on the outside of stainless. Then after you remove this, you'll see these. These hold the rub rail to the boat. And then what you have over here, like these. So these actually affix the upper hull plug to the lower hull plug. So in case you don't know, these boats are built in two halves. So they mold the bottom half from the rub rail down at the factory, then they mold this top half separately, and they marry the two together in the factory. So when they marry it, they will bed it with some sort of compound and then run screws in, and then your upper hull plug and your lower hull plug are then married. So we've got damage here to the lower hull plug. This will need to be filled and faired and gelled. All this will need to be glassed in. So it looks like this corner took a pretty good hit. I got as much of this cleaned up as I could. The nasty old silicone. Probably go at it one more time. They got some like wax and grease remover that they use before they start on a job. I'll use that. It'll probably dry the silicone out a little bit and get it to come off a little more, but it's almost prepped here, ready for them to start on that. I went to West and bought this. This was cheap on my pro account. So I tried using it with a white wool, and it really wasn't doing what I wanted it to. This took me like 3 or 4 passes to get down to this from that. So I mean, it is really bad and chalky, but the 3M works a lot better. So I don't know. I almost don't even want to bother trying to use it anymore, but if you guys see this at West Marine and it's cheap, I wouldn't bother. Stick with the 3M. So that's 3 passes with that, and then 1 pass with a yellow polishing wool with McGuire's number 67. It didn't get everything either. Even with 3 passes, you can still see there's still haze. But I'll try and do it again. See what happens. The rub rail seems to be coming back, and the heat of the buffing wheel is softening up that silicone. That's extremely unsightly. So I'll keep going on this and see how good I can get it. I've just been using that cordless Milwaukee rotary, and all 4 of my 5 amp hour batteries are charging right now. But for a quick 2-step, with 3 passes of the first step, it's not bad. I've also been kind of working and playing around down here too. So I think the boat will come back. It'll end up looking pretty good. All right, so yeah, I talked to them a little more. The plan is to countersink all these holes. I went and got some fresh drill bits too. I'm gonna run some drill bits through there and get the silicone out of the hole. And then I'm gonna go around and countersink all the holes for them. And then I'm gonna tape it from the backside. And they've got like a mixture of chopped strand mat and like a thickened vinyl ester resin that will put in all these holes. They'll sand it fair and then use like a filler, sand that fair, and then shoot it. And we're gonna shoot from this body line up and kind of wrap it around. And yeah, took the rail off for them so they can probably, if he wants, he can roll the line over and take the tape line to here. The back seat will hide that tape line if it's not perfect. So, but it normally is with these guys. They're very good at matching the pigment. Same people that did my 39. All right, when we first started working in the bilge, we found that when you were stepping over there where the batteries were, water was coming up. So we're gonna cut this whole area out and either put new coring in or new foam, let it dry out, whatever that is. So I gotta clear everything out of the way, cut a giant rectangle open, and see what it is we're dealing with under there. And then we'll glass it back shut after we fix it. And I'm gonna gel as much of this as I can. I've been cleaning and cleaning. I'll have to like scuff and wipe it down with acetone even further, but the plan is to lay down some gel here in this area that I've been cleaning up. You can see there's some areas where maybe it's worn away, or for whatever reason it didn't stick from the factory. It was kind of like that already, even when I was pulling the motors. So yep, that's what we're dealing with. It's a good thing I'm going through this, because yeah, I think it's time. Might need a new hose. I'm gonna clean all this up and soak this in acid and brush it up and make it look nice again. But man alive, come on, people.
That should be deep enough. We're far enough back. Was the chips coming out all wet still? Yeah, see, you're getting dry chips now.
Okay.
That's a good sign. That means we might be dry back there.
Huh.
You took wood with it. Oh, a void.
Wood.
Yeah. Oh, that might be where they filled the foam.
That's exactly it. That's where they filled the foam.
Yep. Hit the wood. How is it?
Wet. Okay.
Okay.
We go more.
Yep. Well, to Jeff's point, leave enough room for like a standoff in the back, you know, at least a couple inches, and then we'll dig out and...
This should be fun.
Ah.
Alright.
It's gonna be home at like around 2.
Alright, things escalated a little bit here. We cut out a little bit, cut a little bit more. We're gonna cut even more. And then we gotta get all that foam out of there. And then start reassessing what we're gonna do here. Don't mind us just working in the old foam mines.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the bottom of the pit.
Yeah.
So what we're doing right now is we're taking all the foam out. It's saturated with water. So get all that out, let it dry out. And this is just a 2-part foam. We'll mix up a bucket with the 2 parts in it, and it'll expand out and cure. We'll just basically drill a hole after we re-fiberglass this in and put new foam in. You'll drill a hole like 3/4 or an inch, and then dump in this foam solution, and it expands out, and you'll glass your hole shut at the end.
Whoa.
Alright, I took out all the saturated foam, and I went until it was dry again. You can tell when the foam starts fighting you that it's not saturated. After it goes through a few freeze-thaw cycles and it's saturated, it becomes easier to come off in clumps. And then when it's dry, it kind of fights you a little bit. So that's where we're at. Just realized I might not have informed you guys what's going on here. When we were pulling the engines, I was stepping around on this pad here, and water was coming up through some holes that the battery boxes were affixed with. So it kind of clued me in that there was something going on here. The coring that was sitting on top of the foam there was definitely rotted out. Sort of exactly where the foam was missing. It was all rotted out. So this boat is little over 30 years old. It's not really worth putting a ton of money and effort into, but I am going to treat the coring that's exposed with something that kills the organism that eats wood, and then I'm going to recore it and reglass it and regel all this, so it'll last another 25-30 years, but who knows if this boat will be around in 25 or 30 years. We'll see.